when I first saw the script when we were doing all of the readings, I looked at the description and I thought, okay, this thing already has 3 strikes against it. It's set in olden times. It's about war, and it's, you know, it's like all these other things. It's like, oh, it's going to be a period politics play. I've read this play about war 80,000 times, and then I realized, I think a page in, that this was not at all that play, and I didn't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this, and it really captivated me. And I think a couple of the things that really excited me about it were the shifts in style and playing with style, and another one is your shifting alliances among the characters, which I find really captivating. So does anybody have any particular thoughts on Allotment Annie? Yes?
At the very beginning, when you prefaced the whole show, you talked about how the company likes to incorporate different artistic media, I guess you could say. And I think that this piece does it really well, especially for the time period. When he brings in the radio personalities, it's another media, but it's also a very time period specific media. And I think that just, it helps engage the audience in another way. It brings you even more into that world, and the way that the radio personalities kind of bounce off of and reflect the characters of the play. I just think that is it's absolutely brilliant the way that he does that.
It's awesome, and it's interesting because a lot of that intro was created for the purpose of this staged reading. Mark, would you maybe like to talk a little bit about how you decided to shape the storytelling in it?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about, say, the 3 strikes against the play is that originally when I wrote this, like 2 years ago, it was sort of in a very sort of kitchen sink Arthur Miller-esque type, very realistic, very like just 5 characters and 1 space. Everything was very realistic, but then I was dissatisfied with that, so I decided I just wanted, you know, it was a world where in reality in 1944 nothing was like very realistic at all in the sense of what we find realistic. So I wanted to combine all kinds of like the fantasy of that time period, what people escaped into. I mean, and hence Maureen O'Sullivan, hence Axis Sally, who was extraordinarily popular among American servicemen, even though she was telling them how they were going to die. They loved her, and the music of the time period. So I just wanted to like indulge these characters' fantasies, and that's where all the characters, the many characters played by Megan Storney came into effect in that sense. And so when Infusion sent me an email saying that, you know, we want a synopsis read before the play, I just thought I'd incorporate those 2 personalities, Jumpin' Jean Gideon and his right-hand girl Friday Lorraine, to just sort of be the audience's way into these characters' lives and into this time period. And, you know,